Everyone, Zeddy here again with another Titans card review where we have two new cards revealed, including Leaper in Hearthstone. We have like the Frog Leaper Battleground style thing in mechs. Looks really cool and probably my favorite tech card of all time, although it's probably bad. I love what it represents. No more mana cheat. We're going to review those cards. And well, if you want to win these cards, we have a giveaway going on. 2 mega bundles, 2 regular pre-orders out of my pocket. All you have to do is like and comment in the video description below. Be subscribed to the channel. And we are just 400 subs away from unlocking another mega bundle. So hit that sub button. Make me go broke. Quick reminder, the Midsummer Fire Festival is now live in Hearthstone. You can unlock up to 6 packs, a new standard portrait, as well as a Battlegrounds portrait. And live in the shop, I'm going to try and upload this as a short. I haven't done a short yet, but I'm going to try and do this where Daring Fireheart is in the shop, a new shaman portrait. I'm not gonna be able to show off the animations and all that later, but hopefully I can upload it separately live later. But anyways, enough of the quick updates. Let's take a look at the 2 new cards revealed. There'll be another reveal in an hour or less than an hour, so we'll have one more review later today, but these cards are too cool. We gotta talk about them. Starting off with, yes, Leaper. Coming to Hearthstone, the Mecha Leaper. This is a little different than the Battlegrounds one, but similar. It is a 3 mana, 2/2 mech and beast, so dual tribe, and it has magnetic. So this can be generated by that neutral legendary we looked at last video, as it's a magnetic mech, and it would cost 1 mana if you got it. Death Rattle. You give a friendly mech +2/+2, and this Death Rattle. So you slap this onto something or you just play it on the board, it dies, there's another mech on the board, it gets the +2/+2, and then if that dies, there's another mech on the board. It will just keep going over and over and over, and that's really good typically in a mech deck that likes to go wide, which is what most of them like to do. They like to go wide, cheat a bunch of mana, especially with like Seafloor Savior and all that, and the 1 mana. I can never remember the mech names because I don't play a lot of mechs. The one drop that makes this cost 1 less. This is just going to be an incredibly annoying, frustrating mech, and I could see this absolutely working out in mech decks. The fact it's 3 mana is the only thing holding it back, right? Standalone, 3 mana 2/2 Death Rattle, require another minion on the board. Not amazing, but outside of that, it's going to snowball. It's going to be frustrating. It's probably going to be pretty good as long as mech decks are prevalent, and considering the mass mech support we're seeing this set, that's probably a pretty good shot at it. I don't think it has much utility outside of that. I really don't. So I will give it a 3 out of 5 in standard. There's also like synergies like Bear and Riven Bear and the Death Rattle objective spell from like Alterac and Wild. And well, speaking of Wild, yeah, Mech Warper, Galvanizer, there are so many more ways to cheat mana, so many more ways to go wide, and this can help those boards get a little bit more burst, but also be a lot more annoying to try and remove. So in Wild, I see this being even better, as it really, I think, would fit into Mech Paladin, as this is always going to cost 2, 1, or 0 mana. They always seem to have that, you know, the radar, the sonar, whatever it's called, the 2 mana draw 5, which gets them Mech Warper, gets them Galvanizer, and then they can just slap a Mecha Leaper on, give something rush, do really gross stuff with this. I see this being a lot better in Wild and fitting in to those mech strategies, and maybe even into that whole Mecha Shark strategy in Mage. It's another mech you can play. And don't forget, we got that buff to mech decks not that long ago, where if your board is full, you have 7 minions, you can still slap magnetic on the board. You can't board lock yourself out of magnetic, which also makes this card a lot better. So in standard, we're giving this a 3. In Wild, we're giving this a 4, where mech decks, like Mech Paladin is like a tier 1, tier 2 deck right now. And I think, why would you not want to play this? It would probably fit in pretty well. But we have one more card. Yes, a card review with multiple cards. We're going crazy here, but this card's freaking hilarious. I love it. I don't know if it'll be good, but I love it. We have the Razor Scale, a 3 mana, 2/4 Epic Dragon. Pretty bad, right? It's not even a spider tank, but the card text is where it's at. You always hear me complaining about mass mana cheat. Cards shouldn't cost less than 1. How about not cost less than 2? That's right. If Razor Scale is on the board, your opponent cannot cheat cards for less than 2. As I tweeted here, Rogue and Demon Hunter are unplayable. All they do is cheat mana. Razor Scale stops that. Unfortunately, it's a 2/4. Unfortunately, it dies to like a lot of things. A 4 damage spell, a removal, a silence. Is this a good tech card? No. But I love it anyways. I want it to be good. Maybe I can hand buff this. Maybe I could play that 4-drop that gives my minion stealth for a turn, or I don't even know if it's for a turn, but give my minion stealth. I can hide it and force my opponents to finally spend mana. This is my way of balancing Hearthstone. Razor Scale. You can also get this for 0 mana off Dragon Queen Alexstrasza. Play it for 0, and then screw yourself from playing the other 0 mana dragon because you ordered incorrectly. There's like so much stupidity with this card. Do I think it's good? Do I think this will see relevant play? Super unlikely. It's too fragile. There's not the best way of like buffing up dragons. I already said what I think, like hand buff, you can give it stealth, you can buff it up in Paladin. Maybe that tax Paladin, the hate Paladin in Wild will play this to force your opponent, but they play 1 mana cards and then their secrets they got to spend 2 mana on. That doesn't seem so great. I hope it sees play. I'm gonna give it the most overrated optimistic 3 out of 5 in my life when it's probably a 2 or 1 star card. But I respect the design. I love the fact that they actually made a card that can force your opponent to spend mana. That's really cool. In Wild, again, I'll give it a 3 because there are those hate decks out there. There's those decks that just like, they just try and lock you up, make your cards cost more and play counter spells and Lothebs and all this stuff. It's not a battle cry though, so Shutterwalk can't really utilize that and all of that type of shenanigans. But I still think it's such a Zeddy card that it's terrible. It's gonna be overrated by the idiot, and he's gonna love that it does stuff that the game should already be doing, making cards cost mana, right? Like they just cost mana, but they don't, and that's Hearthstone. And then we Zeddy rant and we bitch. So we'll give it a 3 in standard, a 3 in Wild, but in terms of design, it's a 5-star card because I just love it. I love it, even though, yeah, it's almost certainly not going to see play. So there's some more reveals later. I don't know if it's 1, 2, 3, 80,000 cards. They'll be out pretty soon. So I'll have another review. Stay tuned for that. And let's get our Razor Skills on August 1st. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.